So, they really just dropped that trailer and expected us to stay calm? Because I'm sorry, but after watching this, I'm not calm, I'm not okay, and I definitely have questions. Like, a lot of questions. Okay, let's just get straight into it because this first look was not a first look. It was a warning. And I don't know about you, but the moment it started, something felt off. Not dramatic off. Not, oh, this is intense off. I'm talking about that quiet, uncomfortable feeling like something really bad is about to happen and nobody in the story sees it coming. Except us. And honestly, that's the worst kind. The trailer wastes zero time. You can already feel the tension building like it's just sitting there waiting to explode. And of course, who's right in the center of it all again? Jaime and Clare. Because when are they ever not in the middle of chaos, right? But this time, it feels different. It doesn't feel like just another war or another problem they'll somehow survive. This feels personal. Way too personal. And can we talk about Clare for a second? Because after what we saw in the last episode with that whole, let's call it what it is, impossible moment, bringing someone back, now the trailer is clearly leaning into that. They're not ignoring it. They're not brushing it off like, oh, she's just a healer. No, this is something else now. Something bigger. And honestly, kind of scary. Like, what exactly are we dealing with here? Because one minute she's saving lives, and the next minute it feels like she's crossing a line that maybe shouldn't be crossed. And the way the trailer frames her, did anyone else notice that? It's not just admiration anymore. There's fear there too. Real fear. And not just from strangers. Even the people closest to her look unsure. And that brings me to Jaime. Because let's be honest, his reaction is everything right now. He's always trusted Clare, always stood by her, no matter how strange things got. But now, I don't know, something in his expression feels different. Like he's trying to understand what's happening, but at the same time, he's questioning it. And if Jaime starts questioning Clare, then we have a serious problem. But wait, it gets worse. Because the trailer doesn't just hint at emotional tension, it straight up throws us into danger. There's talk of battle again, of course, because apparently peace is illegal in their world. And you can already tell this isn't going to be a small conflict. This is building into something massive, something that could change everything. And let's not ignore the biggest elephant in the room, the whole Jaime is supposed to die situation. Because yes, they didn't say it out loud in the trailer, but it's there. It's hanging over everything like a dark cloud. Every look, every moment, every decision, it all feels like it's leading to that one terrifying possibility. So now the question is, if something really does happen to him, what is Clare going to do? And more importantly, what can she do now? Because if she really has this power, if she can actually bring someone back, then where does it stop? And what does it cost? And I don't know about you, but the trailer didn't make me feel hopeful about that. It made me feel like every miracle comes with a price, and they're about to pay it. But here's the part that's really bothering me. If Clare saves Jaime, will he even come back the same? Or are we about to watch something much darker unfold? And just when you think the trailer is only focusing on Clare and Jaime's situation, it suddenly shifts, and things get even more complicated. Because this isn't just about one couple anymore. No, this feels like one of those moments where everyone's story is about to collide, and not in a good way. Let's talk about William for a second, because what is going on with him? Seriously, the trailer gives us just enough to remind us that he's still stuck in his own head, still dealing with everything he's learned, and honestly, he looks worse. Like, not just sad or confused, but completely lost. And can we blame him? His entire identity basically got flipped upside down, and now he's supposed to just, move on? But here's the thing. The trailer hints that he's not just going to sit around feeling sorry for himself anymore. There's a shift, a subtle one, but it's there, and I don't know if I should be excited or worried about that. Because when characters like William start making decisions from a place like this, it usually doesn't end well. And then there's that tension again, the one they're clearly building between him and Jaime, even without them being in the same space. You can feel it coming, that inevitable confrontation. Because let's be honest, There's no way this stays unresolved. Not with everything that's happened, not with everything that's been hidden for so long. So what happens when they finally face each other? Is it going to be emotional, angry, messy, or all of the above? Because I'm telling you right now, this is not going to be a simple father-son moment. This is going to explode. And just when your brain is trying to process all of that, the trailer throws in another layer: politics, alliances, and the constant threat of betrayal. Because apparently emotional trauma wasn't enough, we also needed a full-on strategic nightmare. You can already see it. People choosing sides, trust breaking apart, and that uncomfortable feeling that not everyone is going to stay loyal. And honestly, that's what scares me the most. Not the battles, not even the deaths, but the betrayal. Because that's what hurts the most in this show every single time. And don't even get me started on how quiet some of these moments are. Like, the trailer isn't just loud chaos. It's those silent looks, those pauses, those moments where nobody says anything, but you know something is wrong. That's where the real tension is. It's like everyone is holding something back. Everyone knows more than they're saying. And when that kind of silence builds up, it always leads to something huge, something that changes everything. And let's circle back to Clare for a second, because her situation doesn't exist in isolation. If people start realizing what she can do, or even think she can do, what do you think is going to happen? Are they going to see her as a miracle, or something unnatural? Because history hasn't exactly been kind to women with unexplainable abilities, has it? And the trailer gives just enough of that uneasy energy to make me think, yeah, this might turn ugly really fast. So now we've got emotional conflict, possible war, identity crises, and a power that nobody fully understands. Great. What could possibly go wrong, right? But here's the part that really got me: the way the trailer builds everything up without giving us a clear answer. It's like it's teasing us on purpose, showing just enough to make us panic, but not enough to feel safe. Because think about it. If everything is pointing toward confrontation, loss, and chaos, then what exactly are they hiding from us? What's the one thing they didn't show that could completely change how we see this entire episode? And you know what's actually starting to bother me the more I think about this trailer? It's not just what they showed us, it's what they very carefully didn't show. Because let's be honest, Outlander trailers love doing this. They distract you with emotional moments and intense music while quietly hiding the real twists somewhere in the background. And I have a feeling that's exactly what's happening here again. Because look closely. Where are some of the key characters during all this chaos? Why do certain moments feel cut off too quickly? It's almost like the trailer is avoiding something. And when a show starts avoiding things, you know it's about to hit us with something huge, something we're not ready for. Now, let's go back to the whole battle situation, because yes, it's clearly coming. You can feel it in every second of the trailer. The tension, the urgency, the way everyone is preparing like they already know what's at stake. But here's the thing, this doesn't feel like a battle they can win easily. It doesn't even feel like a battle they're supposed to win. And that's what makes it scary. Because usually, even in the darkest moments, there's this tiny sense of hope. Like, okay, things are bad, but maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll survive. But this time, that hope feels weaker. Almost like the show is trying to prepare us for a loss. A real one. And I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. What if this is the moment everything changes? Not just for one character, but for everyone? Because think about it. Jaime is heading into danger while already carrying the weight of that future death hanging over him. Clare is dealing with powers she doesn't fully understand. William is emotionally unstable and possibly about to make a very questionable decision. And on top of all that, there are enemies moving in the background, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This is not a stable situation. This is a disaster waiting to happen. And can we talk about how the trailer keeps giving us these quick, almost blink-and-you-miss-it moments of fear? Like someone turning suddenly, someone looking shocked, someone clearly reacting to something we're not allowed to see yet. What was that about? What did they see? Because those reactions didn't look small. Those looked like the kind of reactions people have when something really bad just happened. And I swear, the more I replay it in my head, the more it feels like the trailer is building toward one specific moment, one reveal, and then pulling away at the last second so we don't fully understand it yet. It's honestly kind of frustrating, but also genius, because now we're all sitting here trying to connect dots that they intentionally left incomplete. And then there's the emotional side of it all, which somehow feels even heavier this time. It's not just about survival anymore, it's about consequences. Every choice these characters make now feels like it's going to come back and hit them twice as hard. Like Claire's abilities, what if using them again changes something permanently? What if there's a limit she doesn't know about yet? Or worse, what if there isn't a limit, and that's the real danger? Because unlimited power sounds great until you realize it might come at a cost you can't control. And Jaime, I keep going back to him because something just doesn't sit right. The trailer shows strength, yes, but also this quiet acceptance, like he knows something we don't, like he's already made peace with a certain outcome. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. Because when a character like Jaime Fraser starts looking like he's ready for whatever comes next, it usually means whatever comes next is not good. So now I'm sitting here thinking, are we about to witness a moment where everything falls apart? Where all the buildup, all the warnings, all the tension finally explodes into something irreversible? And if that happens, who's actually going to be left standing when it's over? Or worse, who won't? And now we're at the point where everything the trailer showed starts to feel less like separate moments and more like one big, unavoidable outcome. Because the more you connect all these pieces, the tension, the fear, the silence, the hints of betrayal, it all points to one thing. Something major is about to break, and not in a small, we'll fix it next episode kind of way. I'm talking about the kind of break that changes the entire story moving forward. Because think about how carefully this trailer was put together. Nothing feels random. Every look, every pause, every line, it all feels intentional. And when a show starts being this careful, it's usually because they're building towards something they don't want to reveal too early, something that would completely shift how we see everything. And honestly, that makes me nervous. Let's go back to Clare one last time, because her situation might actually be the center of all this chaos. What started as a miracle now feels like a ticking time bomb. The trailer doesn't celebrate what she did. It questions it. It lingers on it. It makes you feel uncomfortable about it. And that's a huge shift, because if her abilities become something people fear instead of admire, what happens then? Does she become a target? Does she have to hide what she can do? Or worse, does she start questioning herself? And you know what's even more terrifying? What if she doesn't stop? What if she keeps using this power, thinking she's helping, while something deeper, something darker, slowly starts to take over? Because the trailer gives off that exact kind of energy, like we're watching the beginning of something that feels right, but isn't. And Jaime, I don't even know where to begin anymore. Because the more I think about his presence in the trailer, the more it feels like he's standing at the edge of something final. Not weak, not defeated, but aware. Like he understands the risks better than anyone, and he's choosing to face them anyway. And that's exactly why it hurts. Because when a character like him walks into danger with that kind of calm, it doesn't feel like bravery anymore. It feels like goodbye. And I really hope I'm wrong about that. I genuinely do. But the trailer isn't giving me much to hold on to here. And then there's everything happening around them. The possible betrayals, the shifting loyalties, the sense that not everyone is going to stay on the same side. Because let's be honest, when things get this intense, people start making choices they normally wouldn't. And those choices, they have consequences, big ones. We could be looking at alliances breaking apart, trust being destroyed, and relationships that might never recover. And the worst part is, we won't even see it coming until it's already happened. That's how this show works. It pulls you in one direction and then hits you from another. And let's not forget William, because his story feels like it's quietly building towards something explosive. The trailer doesn't focus on him too much, but the little we do see, it's enough to tell us he's not in a good place. And when someone like him reaches a breaking point, it's not going to be subtle. So now we've got Clare dealing with powers she can't fully control, Jaime possibly walking into his fate, William on the edge emotionally, and a world around them that's slowly falling apart. And we're supposed to believe this is all going to end peacefully? Yeah, I don't think so. Because if there's one thing this trailer made very clear, it's that episode 4 is not here to play nice. It's here to test these characters in ways we haven't seen before. It's here to push them to their limits. And maybe, just maybe, it's here to take something away from us that we're not ready to lose. So now I'm left with one final question after watching all of this. When the episode finally drops, are we about to witness a turning point for the entire story, or the moment everything we've been holding on to finally falls apart?